We need to talk about distractions. Distractions are beastly, horrible little things that can really spoil and ruin a good thing. Take, for example, it's the weekend. You've been working hard all week, and now it is the weekend. It is your weekend to enjoy. But the phone keeps going off, the emails keep triggering, and you keep being distracted, reminded that you are actually still a worker when what you want to be is a procrastinator and a relaxer. How about that time you're sitting there, you're watching TV, you're enjoying it, you're getting kind of well and truly kind of into the plot line, and then your cat jumps on your lap, meows like crazy, scratches you on the leg, gives you that "you haven't fed me for 5 minutes" type of look, and immediately you're distracted, you're out of the zone, you're back out of the moment, and you are in to being reminded that you are a cat owner. Now, why am I telling you about this? Well, because immersion is important. Immersion helps you to truly feel like you're doing what you're doing. Whether it's watching a movie, whether it's reading a book, whether it's enjoying the weekend, or whether it's being a wonderful, world-changing, life-improving warrior in the world of Fallout. We need to feel it. We need to be immersed in it. When there's a storm going on in Fallout, you need to feel that you are 100% there. But all the way through this video, there's been this ridiculous big T weight thing on the screen. Behind my head here, there's a big chair and a load of cheesy knickknacks. But there's also a big health bar that just keeps reminding you that you are playing a game. You're not really here. You're being distracted. You're being taken out of the moment. By the way, just before I carry on, I wouldn't normally do this, but just one time. Someone bought me this. I know. Fallout 4 T60 Power Armor Pop games. Do you love it as much as I do? You should. Okay, back to the moment. So what we need to do, we need to talk, blah, blah. So what we need to do is find a way to stop these distractions in Fallout, to help us remain as immersed in the game as we possibly can be. So when we are playing, we are truly part of it. And to do that, we need to mod it. Greetings and welcome to Mod It, episode 12,431. And today I want to show you one of my favorite mods for Skyrim, favorite mods for Fallout 3, 4, and New Vegas. And it's by one of the greatest people around in the Fallout Bethesda universe, which is Gopher. And what I want to show you today, under a very scary, worrying looking sky, is iHUD, which is short for Immersive HUD. Now, this is the kind of mod that will only apply to certain people, because for certain people, or maybe most people, I don't know, but it's not going to be for everyone. Basically, I find the HUD here really ugly and really distracting. It is constantly taking me out of that immersion of, I am this guy. It's a role-playing game. Feel the role. But the HUD just keeps making me go, ugh, really? It just keeps reminding me I'm in a game. There's a compass. Okay, fine, there's a building over there. How do I know there's a building over there? A little red dot's going to appear there at some point. How do I know that there's a little red dot over there? Do you know what I mean? There's just all sorts of things that just keep making me go, well, how did I know that? And why do I have that? And why is this shoved in my face? And it's just such an immersion killer. But for the last few games, Bethesda games, Gopher has been our savior by coming up with a wonderful little mod called iHUD, which is Immersive HUD. And what you do is you go into your Pip-Boy here, and you go over to your inventory, and it's in the here we go. It's in our miscellaneous sections. And it inserts the disk. And basically what iHUD does in short is it puts the HUD on the screen where you want it, when you need it, when you want it, and it takes the whole lot off when you don't want it. And that, for me, is the fantastic balance between immersion and practicality. Because here's the thing, there are mods that will just remove your entire HUD. If you look up Def UI and look at the presets for Def UI, we can take off the entire HUD. But of course that has consequences as well. Like, you don't necessarily know when you're going near a quest objective. You haven't got like how many bullets have I got left, etc., etc. So we need to try and find a balance between what works with gameplay practically and also what helps to kind of immerse us. So let's activate iHUD LITE, and what we can do is we can choose when we want our HUD to appear. So at the moment, when we get into combat, as soon as I get attacked, my HUD is going to appear back on the screen. When I'm aiming, looking down the sights, etc., it's going to appear on the screen. By default, it has weapon drawn off. Now, I actually like to have weapon drawn on, because I like that to kind of be my trigger where I can kind of turn these things on or off. Sneaking, you can set it up, and you can also have one when your health is below a certain amount, which is a really nice touch. So say you get irradiated, you might not have a gun out or being under attack, but your health might be getting lower and lower, and so this allows you to kind of pop up onto the screen when your health gets below a certain amount. Now, I personally think 90% is a little bit high because I tend to spend a lot of my life being irradiated, so I'm going to take it down to 60%. To make that kind of the automatic one there. And you can also make the compass itself have its own activation settings as well, which is really, really useful. And I'm just going to leave this just as sneaking for now, and you'll see why in a second. So then we come back, and of course, if you want to deactivate it, you can do it here, and I'm just going to come out the whole Pip-Boy, and you'll see I've still got all of my HUD on the screen because I've got my gun out, which is what I wanted. I want this to appear when I get my gun out. But let me put the gun away. And if we wait a few seconds, which is the kind of the iHUD default, you will see that the whole lot will eventually just click off, and we will be left now with a completely immersive screen. Look at that. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. And I've used this on my Skyrim roleplay. I think I used it on my Fallout 3 roleplay, although that was a long time ago now. And I will definitely be using this from everything I do Fallout 4 related from now on will have iHUD, because for me, it just makes the game look so much more beautiful. Like it's photographs don't have energy health bars at the bottom. There's a reason why when you're watching, action movies, that you don't have like Bruce Willis's ammo counter in the corner, kind of counting down, because it makes it feel much more like a film. Let me make it even more like a film. See? How much more immersive is that without A, my ugly mug on it, and B, everything on there? It's just so much more immersive as we scarily see the ghouls coming down there. But supposing I get attacked, I suddenly need to know what I need to know. So let's get the gun out, and bam, back straight away. There when I need it, and gone when I don't. And the same goes for the compass as well. So again, I can put the gun away, and after a few seconds, it'll go. The few seconds is quite nice because obviously people tend to kind of look a little around, and it gives you that little kind of window to go with it. And the other thing to say that this is iHUD LITE. Hello, welcome back. This is iHUD LITE, and he has said that Gopher has said there will be another version that's has even more kind of settings for us to kind of fiddle with. But we turned it on, so when we crouch, we can get a compass down. Now that one's up to you. I don't know if I'll keep that one. I'm not a big fan of the compass because for me it tells me information my character doesn't know. Do you know what I mean? Like, why do I know that there's something over that way that I haven't discovered yet? That bothers me as a player, but I'm very much a kind of a role player rather than a power player, and there's arguments both ways. So I'll probably end up just turning the compass completely off. But I like the fact that that's there as an option, so you can have the ability to just be kind of walking around like this and go, oh, hang on, where am I going? What am I heading towards? Just duck down, or whichever trigger you particularly want to use, and it can come back on. There's lots of kind of little options there as these ghouls rather scarily come down in front of me. And the HUD pops back on when we need it, but of course it will disappear again. And to be honest, this is it. This is what iHUD does. I can go on for a while telling you how brilliant it is, but this is one of those mods where you're either already going, excuse me, where's the download link? Or you're going to go, I don't really care. But basically, this is it. It makes your game even more beautiful. And if you've downloaded texture patches and EMBs and depth of field modifiers and all those kind of things, color correction, if you've been doing all of that, take it to the next level. Get yourself immersive iHUD. For me, it's essential. It makes your game even more beautiful. So that's it. Thank you for watching. If you have found this video useful, then please do like the video and subscribe to the channel. This is Immersive iHUD LITE. It's by Gopher, who is amazing. He's done so many mod videos. I've learned a ton from him. He also does role plays as well. They might not be quite as good as my role plays, but they're pretty damn good if you like that kind of stuff. And I'm joking, by the way. And there's two versions as well of iHUD. There's one that keeps your crosshair, the dot crosshair, and there's one that removes it, because that does obviously make it different. So you'll see here, I'm currently using the version that keeps I'm using the version that when the HUD disappears, the crosshair disappears as well. But some people really need that because it's useful to have a crosshair when you're kind of picking up objects. If I just kind of go, I'll wait for the HUD to disappear. Like, say I want to get something out of that post box there, it's kind of hard to know exactly where I'm looking. It's like, oh my god, I can't find anything in it. And you have to kind of use a little bit of guesswork to kind of find out where it is. But it's not too bad. It depends kind of how much that kind of disturbs you and distracts you. But that's why he's put those two versions there, which is great because he likes to put those little options in there as well. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. iHUD by Gopher. I strongly recommend you stop whatever you're doing now, unless you're on a bus, and you come over here and you track and endorse it because it is worthy of your time and your attention. You have been fantastic, my friends.